Hailey,
Yes.
what is the composition, the wood, type of wood used on this harp?
I feel like the dark wood is walnut. And then I don't know what the soundboard is exactly.
Very, very pretty, very elegant, the two-tone like that. The contrast is beautiful.
Yep. This one is made in Italy, so I sometimes call it my tiny Italian harp, which I find comical because that's like an oxymoron where our family's Italian and
Really?
it's never tiny.
I was gonna say, is it feisty? Because most of the Italians I've ever had are terribly feisty.
Yeah,
and
that
they're
can be a
pinchers.
good
They like
thing.
to pinch.
Or a bad thing. Yeah. So when Daddy was introduced to my mom's family before they were married, they went to a reunion, and my uncles, all of which were at least 350 pounds, like maybe 400. Like they're just, but they're built that way. They're Italians, and so there's that intimidating factor. And so
They like the red wine.
they go up, oh Richard, good to see you. He's like, wow.
So he left with his face all bright and shiny red from being slapped all the time from everybody. Sounds like a great family.
Yeah, yeah.
So where do you hail from? Where do you live?
I am from North Georgia, so it's a small town called Pendergrass. Not many people in Georgia know. So sometimes I identify with being from Satina Coochie because that's what matters here. So that's our little dance community. And I say little, but we'll have up to 150 people there
Nice.
every fourth Saturday. Yeah, you should come sometime.
I guess we surely shall. That'd be fun.
Okay, I got 7 o'clock, and this is our third of 4 concerts, our next to our last concert. And we've been blessed with this young woman now for several years. And she's a dance organizer, and she was a dance organizer during the Dark Ages, which we haven't emerged from. And she has served as an inspiration for another dance community to get on board, the River Falls. And and she's very much in demand as a harpist for weddings, lots of gigs. And that's another reason why we're blessed with her here, but she does have a busy schedule. So hope you enjoy her music. It's certainly inspired by a deep faith, and I'd like to think of not only in God and things spiritual, but also a faith in people. So, Hailey Ann Smith.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't have to clap every time. You're welcome to. But, I kind of have a couple little different things I'm sharing this time. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction.
You're welcome.
It's really fun. You're very special to me, as well as this place, and I feel very, very grateful to be here this week. And I could look at it both ways. I could say I'm taking a week off of life, or I could say, well, I live like this and I have a really great life. So I'm a harpist. That's my main trade. I do about 70 weddings a year. I usually have a harp that's as tall as I am, and it's about 65 pounds. It's a baby grand, and so it has the pedals, so I can reach. I've got 40 strings. I've got 22 here. And this is my travel companion.
Aw.
So I can still have music while I'm away from home because it's a lot easier
Sure.
to move than my main one. So thanks for asking me to share a couple little things that I enjoy playing. I do a lot of, classical. I play with a little Celtic band. I have one rock song that I'm really proud of. And it sounds a little different on the harp than it would otherwise. We'll see who can guess what the name of it is, and we'll see what it sounds like.
Leave that to
We
you.
should always ask, is it okay to record you?
Yeah, oh no, that's fine, yeah.
I am recording.
Especially if you send it to me like Mike did. Okay. Anybody know the name of that tune?
I have one guess.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's things that, Moonlight Sonata,
Oh,
which is really, really fun, and I can play about 4 bars of on this guy. I don't know, so there's that. Because of the levers, that's what's happening with. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Who in here is a musician? Can you raise your hand if you are a musician or understand music? George. Thank you. He's the musician of all musicians. So with the pedals on the harp, I have 7 pedals, so there's 8 notes, right? I have 7 pedals, so 1 for each note, and that changes each note on every octave. And there's 3 notches for each pedal. And here is natural, up here is flat, and down here is sharp. And so I can move them with my feet, changing keys or making accidentals. You know how that works. So this next one is, I believe, a Celtic piece. And I just learned the name of it the other day. It escapes me right now because that's not what mattered when I learned it. You know, it's like a lovely reflection piece. Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Follow Hailey's time.
Yeah, George is good at naming songs. Except it's someone else's song, so I can't really name it. Yeah, I can find it again.
Something by Turlock or Caroline.
Something by
Something by Turlock or Caroline.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So this next one is by O'Carolyn. And with these levers, I'm
So
changing it to
what
the
are all
key of
those things
D.
here? What are you doing with all of this?
Yeah. Great question. So they're on little hooks here that will pinch the string, and that's making it go up a half step. So I'm changing from the key of E flat to the key of D. So I'm doing with that. Or I may not be able to stand at the end. Usually I have, like a little tiny footstool about the height of a hearth, but it doesn't really work that way for performing because it doesn't look very ladylike. So, let's see. Yes, I'm from North Georgia, and as Warren mentioned, I hosted a total of 6 underground dances.
Cool.
Called them Freedom Contras during the during the shutdown. And the way it worked was we just let people know it was there, and they had the choice to come out or not. Obviously, we encouraged anyone that was concerned not to.
Exactly.
But the basis of it was that it was open for people if they wanted to still make that choice to come. And we were talking in the kitchen earlier with a couple folks, and they pointed out that if you're not feeling well, don't come to a dance. That's a great idea, right? So we had that respect with each other and kind of tracked it, and nobody became ill from even a cold or a common flu. So very, very grateful for that.
Feel the fear.
Yeah. And so there's a couple people I would like to thank in particular for that, kind of helping us with that. We had the band of all bands playing with fire. They were so easy to work with, and I was telling George the other night, we're looking at who we could actually hire, you know, who's going to come and play for us, and who would we want ultimately anyway. So we're just really grateful for them. Ed, thank you so much for micing me today. Yeah. And then Warren, who's always an inspiration, with his dances that never really stopped either. So kind of just held the fort in different areas of the Southeast. So grateful for that. And this next one that I'm playing is Caledonia, and it's an Irish piece. That means a lot to me. The chorus says, "Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're always on my mind." So. Another Irish, you may be noticing a theme, but this one is Sweet Lovely Nancy. with somebody, Richard, he's not here, in town today, and he asked what the most popular song that I got requested to play at weddings was. Can anyone guess? I'm sure about almost everybody here could. Can you raise your hand? Yes. Yes. So I have songs that I enjoy playing and songs that I play because I'm a performer, and you know, I can put on the attitude and, you know, like, so they enjoy it too. But because it's reciprocated that way. But Celtic are what I love to play. Christian, American folk, I feel like just as there's a lot of heritage in dance, there's also a lot of heritage in music, which is one reason why we need to preserve both. I mean, the community of dance and the old time tunes, because you have that heritage, the way the people used to do it, and in a increasingly technological AI world, that's being taken away. So we need to be purposeful about keeping that. And then community, it's so important, especially during those times when people weren't seeing a lot of each other. We need each other. We need touch. We need to see all of everybody's smile. You know. So this next one is "You Raise Me Up," and also known as Danny Boy.
Oh.
of two Irish songs. The first one is Raglan Road, and the High Kings do a really good version of that. And then the second one is Be Thou My Vision, which was an 8th century hymn. The lyrics were written by St. Patrick, actually. Oh, interesting story. When he defied the king, I have a thing for that. When no fires were to be lit, because that was a holy day of blackness to whatever god they worshipped at that time. And so he was a Christian, and he went to the top of the hill. I believe the name of the hill was Slain, and that's why it was paired with, that's the name of the melody. And so, and started a massive fire, and kind of a little known fact about St. Patrick. 2 more pieces. And this next one is a mix of a hymn called Sweet Hour of Prayer and a folk song called O Shenandoah. So a lot of people ask me how I started playing the harp, and it's kind of a funny story because neither of my parents know any music or singing or rhythm or anything, and I kind of believe that God put it in my heart because I was 4, and we went to the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, we went to the ASO, and when we left, I was like, Mommy, I want to play that. She's like, wow, okay, we'll think about that, you know? Look into what all that entails. And so I took a year of piano, and that was extremely helpful because anybody that plays the piano, I believe, can play the harp because it's just, everything is so easily translatable. It's just backwards, so you figure that out. And then I started playing when I was 7, and I played my first wedding when I was 12, and yeah, it's kind of hard to get around, so sometimes I wish I played the penny whistle. But it's because I've been driving a mom van, a soccer mom minivan, since I was 15, so. But I sure am grateful for the different kinds of music that I can play on it as well. So. Oh, and the cat. Let's get good vibes, right?
She came out of hiding. She's back in.
Oh, really? Oh, she must like the music.
She likes Hailey.
would like to dedicate to Toss the Possum, and you will know why once I start playing it. Their band has meant a great deal to our family. When we were just learning how to contra dance, we all got in at the same time. So the youngest was 5. And then my parents came too, and it was really fun, and we learned to waltz, and Simone gave us this CD called Toss the Possum. It was red, and it had like a picture of possums waltzing. We're like, oh, that sounds so fun. Next thing we know, we are whirling around our kitchen, sometimes into the refrigerator door, sometimes not. You can do a lot with a towel if you have like, attached to the stove and be a one-person dance. Anyways, get creative. There's only one boy in your family. But, yeah, so this next one is to Toss the Possum. Bless his heart, right? I'm working with about half as many strings as I have at home, so sometimes I reach for them and they're not there. But, just thank you for being a part of this tonight and coming out and appreciating the music. And I love dancing with each and every one of you. I love Warren, I love everybody. Does anybody know, while I've got the floor, what the name of the cat is, or who owns it? I've been asking around. Who?
It's a
There
stray.
we go, that
It's a
works.
stray.
It's Italian, right?
It's a stray cat.
Okay, very nice. All right, well, thank you, Warren, and looks like the dance will be starting
It's a
in
straight
about
cat.
15 minutes. So hang around for that.
And the chair is over next.